Hi everyone! Today I am going to show you my small art supplies haul, and mostly it will be goods from Jackson's Art. Maybe they are not for coloring, more for drawing and painting, but I am still wanted to share them with you. Let's start with the item which I am not happy with. I ordered this Canson paper for soft pastels and unfortunately it arrived damaged. It was packed really nice, but I think that damage was done during storage in the art store, so here we can see that something was pressed into the cover, and I have here a distinguished line which is also pressed into each and every paper. It's a pity because it definitely will be visible when I will be drawing with soft pastels. All of 10 pages are damaged, so I'm not sure how it will be possible to draw. Yes, I purchased it for practice, but I think that I will try to contact Jackson's Art and to resolve this problem. Apart from this problem with paper, I really love this Canson maintained soft pastel sketchbook. I love that it has a tissue paper between pages to protect my future soft pastel drawings, and I love that one side of the paper has interesting honeycomb texture and the other side is less textured, almost flat. So it will be possible to draw on both sides and to decide which one is more suitable for your soft pastels or even for your oil-based pastels. This sketchbook has 16 black pages and I really prefer to draw in sketchbooks, not on separate sheets of paper. Next I purchased two pads for drawing with acrylic paints. This Canson and this smaller one is by Winsor and Newton. Both are suitable for acrylic or oil paintings. The paper inside is really thick and also has a very interesting texture. It's almost a cardstock and it has a surface which is similar to linen or surface of a real canvas. I decided to give it a try and I love that it has such a cute size. For me it's perfect. Here we have 10 sheets inside, they are also very thick. Texture is a little bit different but also very interesting. I'm so eager to try to draw on it. Pages are only lightly glued together. I think that I will tear them off and I will stick separate sheets of paper to the surface where I will be drawing. I hope that you can see interesting texture of the paper. Apart from this, I asked Jackson's Art to send me their color sheets of watercolor paints and of gouache paints, and I really love that it's possible to order free of charge all color sheets for the paints which are interesting for you. We don't have these watercolors in our local art shops, so I have to order everything abroad from Jackson's or from Amazon, and it will be much easier for me to decide which paints I need using these charts. Here we have all information about which pigments each paint has inside, about light fastness, about opacity, and I got these charts for all famous watercolors and gouache paints also. So everything I'm interested in it will be easier for me now to learn and to decide what I want to purchase next. I got a chart for Daniel Smith watercolors with all of their beautiful color range of watercolors. And just look how detailed the info is in this chart. Also very interesting. I think that I want to purchase at least one paint from each manufacturer and to test them by myself. I know that they are all of very high quality, but I'm just curious to test it by myself. When I made this order, Jackson's Art had a sales for several brands of watercolors, and I decided that I need to purchase famous Moonglow color by Daniel Smith, very interesting granulating watercolor. And here you can see that everything was packed really nice. That's why I was so surprised to get a damaged sheet of soft pastel paper. I purchased a small tube, 5 mm. Daniel Smiths are expensive, but they are also very highly pigmented, so I think that these 5 mm will serve me for a long time. Apart from this one, I already have set of 3 green colors and one beautiful blue, which is lunar blue. I love them, they create very interesting granulating effect, and maybe in the future I will add more to my collection. And so far I purchased also half pans to put them from tubes into those half pans. It will be more convenient to use them. You know that I'm a huge fan of color pearlescent watercolors, so I wanted to add new colors to my collection. And I think that I made a beautiful choice. All my new colors are absolutely amazing. This individual package is quite nice. You can remove this label with color name and to put it near the paint on your palette. I decided that I already own a lot of interesting hues of golden, fine-tech and color paints, so in this order I decided to purchase my favorite colors, which are lavender, deep purple, beautiful green Fiji, very beautiful peacock blue, and deep and nice blackberry. They are already pretty in their packages, and I'm sure that they will be even more prettier on the paper. And of course, I needed a palette where to put them, so I purchased one by Finetech. It's very easy to fix paint pens on the palette. I will have a lot of free space for my next purchases. I think that all 5 colors will be perfect for coloring mermaids and dragons, and of course for creating beautiful inspiring backgrounds, which is my favorite way of using these paints. Next thing which I finally purchased is Posca pens. Finally, I have them, and I hope that it will be a really big help in covering black lines, especially for coloring faces. And that's why, apart from traditional white Posca pens, I decided to give a try to this pale pink. I hoped that it won't be too bright pink. I want to try 2 ways of covering black lines on faces on portraits, to cover them with white Posca pen and then on top of it applying pencils, and maybe for coloring fair skin, applying this light pink Posca pen. For now, I think that color is not over bright and quite natural looking, and I'm satisfied. Maybe if I apply pencils on top of this pink, it will be even better. I think that Posca also have beige and peach colors, and maybe I will try them next time, but so far this pink is also not bad. And I also decided to try another acrylic marker. This one is Molotov One for All acrylic marker. It's slightly bigger. The nib is 2 millimeters, and the color I selected is Skin Pastel number 207. And I have to say that color is absolutely amazing. It also created quite opaque line, just like Posca, and I think that skin tone is quite realistic. The only thing which I have to test now is how pencil lay down on both markers, and I will share you my experience in my next coloring videos. But for now I am happy that at least I have some tools to cover black lines. Now, before we go to my other purchases, let me show you color swatches, and I will test color paints on black paper, of course. I'm totally happy with my new colors. They are vibrant, they are shimmering, colors are shining really nicely. I don't know which one is my favorite so far, maybe it's lavender. It has a beautiful mix of shimmering pink into it, shimmering blue, and lavender undertone. But peacock blue also very beautiful. So once again, I am totally in love with Fine-Tech Color products. Now let me show you this famous Moon Glow, and it has a very nice, very interesting pigments. It has green, red and black pigments inside, and that's why this paint granulates and create interesting texture. I'm not sure if it's visible on camera, on video, but this paint has a lot of interesting hues into just one paint. It has a violet undertone with a little bit of blue, of red and black into it. So amazing. And finally, the most important part of my Jackson's art order. It's a huge set of professional soft pastels. It's a Rembrandt brand by Royal Talents, and here I have a huge set of 90 colors, half size. Everything was again very nicely and safely packed. And by the way, order arrived very quickly. I think that it was less than 10 days from England to Ukraine. So again, I am very happy with the delivery. And for a long time I wanted for a professional set of soft pastels with a huge variety of colors. Of course, they are not for coloring, and they are for drawing, for painting. I have a lot of ideas about learning how to draw with soft pastels. I watched a lot of tutorials and now I am eager to start practicing by myself. Here you can see the variety of Rembrandt soft pastels colors. I think that it's more than 230 in the full color range. But for now I'm totally satisfied with my set. A lot of professional artists recommended this set as a nice set for beginners, for those who want to learn how to paint with soft pastels. It has nice variety of colors and nice texture. I love that here we have a lot of not over bright, very realistic looking natural colors, because I really want to paint landscapes and maybe still lifes and flowers, of course. I plan to use this set and also a set of my Faber-Castell soft pastels, where I really love their deep and rich dark colors. These two sets I will be using for painting, drawing, and my other two sets by Mungyo and by Russian manufacturer White Nights I will be using for doing backgrounds in my coloring books. This was my order from Jackson's Art, but I also purchased a couple of things in our local art store. First, I purchased individual sheets of pastel paper with different textures and of different colors. Mostly they are by Fabriano, and it also will be interesting to test soft pastels on different textures. I purchased another Faber-Castell fine liner. I needed one. I ran out of them very quickly. Then I added another 3 polychromos pencils to my stash, and first of them is Dark Flesh, and I honestly was surprised by the color. For me it's definitely not a dark flesh. It's almost similar to the medium flesh. For me it's like a dark blush maybe, but definitely not a color for the dark skin tone. But color itself is quite pretty, especially for some flowers maybe. Also I purchased terracotta and Payne's Grey. Also I decided to purchase couple of pastel pencils. These two pencils are by Kohinoor Gioconda. They are cheap, but I heard a lot of good things about those pastel pencils. Also, I purchased these soft pastels by Mungyo Gallery. It's a professional series and they are available open stock in our art stores, so I just purchased one to test how I like it, and then I will decide which ones I need also to add to the colors. And these 4 soft pastels are by Polish brand Renaissance, and colors are also very nice. I was surprised because this pastel is relatively cheap here in Ukraine, but it has a very nice variety of pastel pale colors, and I think that I will add them to my new set of Rembrandt soft pastels. Thank you for watching this video, for sharing with me my joy. You know that it's always very inspiring when you got new art supplies, so a lot of ideas already. And of course I wanted to say a special thank you for everyone who supported my channel via Patreon, who sent me support via coffee. So these goods are your present for me and I am extremely grateful. I hope to see you very soon, and maybe If my experiments with soft pastels will be successful, I will share with you what I painted. Thanks again, and I will see you very soon.